Hey guys, welcome to one more video. This is Max from server 133, but this video is made on a different account, and let me tell you the inside of what happened. So one of my cousins started playing Evony after finding out that I had shared it on the Facebook and here and there, and he had a lot of fun in the game. And here's this moment that he needs to go for a meditation break. So he decided to take the account, take a break from the game for 10 days and handed over the account to me. So now what I did in this few days of time, I used his keep, and during the server versus server war, I managed to get a K26, the Aries wings, the SVS wings. Now let me tell you what I did. I'm going to share you the secrets. I'm going to share you the insight of what I did to get this account, these wings. So guys, get ready for the technique and the secrets. So I'm going to first start with the talent tree. Now a lot of you guys will be having the question about talent tree. Why is talent tree important? What all talents are important? So I started with the previous set of talents was offering resource production, research speed, troop load, stamina regeneration, resource critical. That was the previous set of talent. Here you see is different. The previous set was different. I'll tell you why was this previous set used. So the offering was because I wanted to increase the monarch level. When I got it, the monarch level was 18, 19. By offering, using the tributes, by using the alliance points, the every single thing, I could increase his monarch level. Also, I did a lot of change in the culture. I changed it to Arabia so that I get more 5% of the prestige. However, I couldn't upgrade much of the shrine level due to lack of resources at that moment, but somehow things were managed. Now moving on to why was the research speed, because you need to do a lot of researches on the account before you play the SVS. There are some of these researches that I'll be discussing with you guys that have played a vital role in reducing my recovery cost. There is the research for, then there was this troop load so that I could regularly gather even with the less number of troops. Then the resource plunder, that is a different thing. So stamina regeneration was the one, because I was constantly joining rallies and trading the stamina vials for teleports. Yes, teleports are the key to play server versus server war, because you need to dodge the attacks from somebody who's strong if you're not able to ghost in time, or if you think you can't ghost your troops. So if you have to dodge it, you may need to have teleports. These are few of the reasons why you need to have teleports. Again, quickly reached from one place to another without hesitation, or the even for a small kill, because every single point matters. And then resource critical was something that I used to get resources by opening the boxes. So killing lots and lots of witches, for which I need stamina. So I killed hell lot of witches and got the resources and everything. Now this was about the talent tree. What was the talent tree that I used during the playtime is the actual talent tree which you see right now. So I haven't changed it. One is the march speed, the other one is resource production. March speed is so that you can go attack, come back and ghost your troops, so that nobody reaches to you in time, or if they do, they still have a 1 or 2 seconds delay, which is more than enough for you to save your troops. Even fraction of seconds sometimes can save your troops. Again, if the game lags or you get some glitch, my dear friends, you can lose the troops. So make sure that you write a ticket to the developers. I have got compensation on my main account, so yes, you can do that. Resource production, so that while you're on the enemy server, your in-city tiles are still producing resources that you can take. I'll come to that. Why do you need resource production? Warehouse protection is so that the resource which gets produced in the city is safe with you, and I'll tell you how and why does this matter, how does this work. Troop load is something that you need, because when you are killing or hitting and keep, you will be getting the resources. If you are lucky, you'll be getting a lot of resources. So you should have the troop load so that you can have maximum amount of resources in the least possible time. Resource plunder, this is a talent that not everybody knows about, but I'm going to highlight and speak a minute about this talent. So this resource plunder talent allows you to take the resources after you tile hit. So allows you to plunder a proportion of resources from enemy's resource spot after successfully occupying it, which means after you tile hit, you get to take 50% of the resources. that the enemy has gathered. So for example, if somebody has gathered 2 million resource, and if you tile hit that person, you get 1 million of the resource. It works the same with the gems too. Now, one more beauty part of this talent is if you're tile hitting somebody and you're using a general like Queen Jindyok, which is one of my favorites, and all of you know about that too, you will get 40% bonus resource. So technically it is 100%. Even the Korean culture plays an important role in that. If this talent is on and if you have a Korean culture, you get even more resources from the tile hit. So make sure that you do that. But Korean culture of your subsidies is good. Again, I'll give you another recommendation of the subs in the later part of the video. Resource critical was so that I could open resources and train troops. Now we'll move on to the researches, to the tech. What was the tech that I did the research on? First of all, the day I got the account, the research was very poor condition. I tried to master or max as much as I could about the typography, because typography is going to reduce the research time on the other researches which are necessary. So after completing typography, I should have worked on the walls engineering, the advanced stockpile, but I had a lot of troubles with the speed ups on the account, because it was kind of a 3 months old account and the player was not so well versed with it, so he wasn't aware that how he could do it. So my cousin didn't really know exactly how to play, so the speed ups were not wisely used, but doesn't matter. The research that you need to complete is medicine and advanced pharmacy and advanced medical power, because that increases the hospital capacity, the healing speed, and reduces the healing cost. So that's where you save your resources in the game, because if you're going to spend a lot of resources just to heal your troops, it's going to be expensive. Disregards with the level you are, it's going to be expensive. Your military research plays a very important role in attacking. Of course, your defense researches are also important. The trap research, the trap attack, the trap damage. Yes, they are all important. But keeping in mind the amount of gold that I have at a K26 is a bit difficulty. So in the military, I tried to do as many researches as I could. But the most important research that I would always recommend is the training speed. And I'll tell you why the training speed. The march speed and the march size. So training speed, march size, these three are the important researches that I would recommend you to do while you are playing server versus server war. Or for server versus server war, not while, but for server versus server war. Now coming to medical. In medical, yes, the earlier researches are important, like the hospital scale, ground troop healing, mounted troop healing, range troop healing. But I didn't master those because, as I said, lack of speed ups. But what you should master is the light of server war as much as you can up to a K26 Academy. You should max this out as much as you can. Now I'll tell you how did this play a very important role. Whenever your troops get wounded or killed, your troops get killed in the server versus server war, you don't get deserted. So these troops can be revived by using source of life. So this research allows you to increase the amount of troops that you can revive. So you can revive in a power percentage. You can't revive as a number like 20 troops, 30 troops or 40 troops. The first 100 troops are free for revival. That's how the game is. The first 100 troops that get killed in the server versus server war are free to revive. Only resources will be costed. But after that, whatever troops that get killed, you will be paying by source of life. No resources, nothing. So that way your resources are saved, but again then the loss is the number of troops that you can revive per source of life. That is dependent on your power of the troops. So at this moment I'll show you the amount of troops that are still yet to be revived. You can see I have already revived times 126,000 and the power is 250,000 plus 160,000. So if you have played SVS, got your troops killed, this plus 160,000 can be increased by the research of light of server war. Now what you see is still I have got 98,000 troops to be revived, which can be done by purchasing a $5 pack. However, I won't be doing that, but I'm going to give you some more deep secrets of this game. Okay, let's come out of this now. So that was the research. Now the buildings that you need all your ground, your range, your mounted, your siege to be T10, because that's the highest level of troops you can have at a K26, and I recommend you to do that. Do not work on layering. You are already weak. Do not use weak troops in that. Do not work on layering. For a K26, only have T10 troops and T10 troops and play with the T10 troops. It's okay if you don't have T8, T9. This account, however, had it, so I didn't decide to kill those troops. I let them be. I just didn't really trouble them. Just let them be there. Now what I did, why the warehouse is of level 26, not because I got the Celtic Demon. I didn't even have the Celtic Demon while I was playing the SVS. I had the Scorpion, I don't know which spirit beast, the Thunder Scorpion was there on the general while I was playing the SVS. But I got the Celtic Demon Dragon after winning the SVS, because as I won the SVS, I guess it's events. Where is that mail? I don't know. I guess I have deleted, or if I have it, or it's in the announcements. I don't know. I got around 250,000 gems in total by winning the server versus server war. So I have bookmarked those mails. Let me just delete rest of the mail so that I can show it to you. Yep. So I got the 87,000 gems for winning. I got the 2,000 gems for alliance ranking third, and my personal rank was third in the server versus server war, so I got 150,000 gems over there. So almost 250,000 gems, because while killing the troops I got the threshold of 64 million points, which also gave me around good amount of gems. I don't remember exactly, but that was 15 plus 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2. So 15, 10, 25, 25 plus 8 plus 6, 6, 14, 25, around 39, kind of another 50,000 gems, 50,000 gems in total. So I got the total of 250,000 gems by just winning the server versus server war or ranking in the third. Now that was one of the ways of getting the gems for bringing the Celtic Demon. But the majority of the gems were used to buy the Source of Life, so that I could revive the killed troops, the dead troops. Now next thing is the general that I used. I would recommend you to check with some of the server experts which general to be used for doing PvP. I didn't have any good option. I had only mounted and ground generals on the keep. So I got this general as the ranged. I started working on her and I made her a complete range general to do the range PvP. And here is what I did. Whenever I would hit somebody, plunder them, my warehouse would have a good amount of resource protection, almost 10 million. My plundering capacity was 6 million each using the general Attila. So what I would do, I would plunder somebody, I would have a good amount of resources plundered from that player, and I would ghost the troops and I would train the troops using the resource. So I would instantly put them for training, and I would finish the training, and as the troops come out I would ghost that batch too, so that nobody comes and hits me, because this has happened out of 10 times, once or twice those troops, the moment they got trained, they were hit. So the enemy is fast, of course, the enemy is standing around you, they're gonna hit you when they get a shot. So I was plundering whenever I saw good chance, good resources open, I would go plunder them and get new troops trained, because healing the troops which are wounded or killed was going to be continuously an expense. So when I started the SVS, the number of troops that I had was around 200,000 range troops, 120,000, not even 120,000, 100,000 siege machines, a few mounted, like 50-60,000 mounted, and 50,000 ground. So the moment I got resources, I would start training batches of troops. The moment I would plunder a tile, I would still get resources. If you remember the resource plundering, which talent I have. So whatever resources I got, let it be anything, it was all invested right away in training more troops. And that's how my keep was able to develop more power over a period of time than losing. Right now you see I have got wounded troops 37,000. I can still heal them. Those would be my siege machines or the troops in the hospital. So yeah, if I revive these, like whatever are going on in the healing, it's gonna increase my power to 25 million. Now this is why I always suggest that you should have the medical research maxed, the light of server war maxed, because these things are going to help you save your troops in the right time. And the most important part is you should have people to help you. This is not a solo thing. You cannot alone go and get your wings. Of course, your game style, your gameplay is very important, but you can't be going on all around the map by yourself and searching for enemy unbubbled keeps or searching for enemy tiles or unprotected troops. You have to have somebody to watch around you. I'll tell you how I did. So I would have the alliance buildings of the enemy server bookmarked. As you can see, these are some of the top alliance buildings of the enemy server. Whenever I would be at one of the hives, or whenever I would be one of the enemy keeps, or I would be at some spot, I would instantly keep switching the hives by simply looking around who's unbubbled. As you can see, players are unbubbled. Right now they are all in the truce time, so nobody's going to care about bubbling up. But when the players are unbubbled, I would tap, have a look at the power of the player. If I would see it as a good power, I would go to hit him. And now guys, very important is, don't just judge a keep by its power. Better that you scout him. Yes, there is one thing, if you scout the R4 or the R5, if they are online, they'll shield up the keep, they'll bubble up the keep, so you won't get the points. You will have a loss. But if you don't scout the enemy and if you go for a blind hit, there is a thorough chance that the keep can have reinforcements, or the counter type of troops can be in the keep. So for example, range have a battle advantage over mounted, and ground have a battle advantage over range. What if the enemy keep had ground troops and you attacked with a range troop? You would have an attack loss. So in that case, to save your troops, to have a better point thing in the attack, you would need to scout the enemy so that you attack the enemy with the right set of troops, so that you have the least losses. Now I'm also going to show you the server scores that I have. So this was the recent server war, wherein I ranked third with a K26, and you can see the point difference between the second and third. In fact, I was ranking second for the entire time. Somehow the player on the rank third got a good hit in the very end, and she came up from the below ranks to the second one, which was a very good hit. However, the other players were also doing their best to get the points. But the most important part is, whenever you're playing or whenever you're fighting, you should make sure that you scout the enemy so that you can see what sort of troops they have and can you beat those troops. Most importantly is, can you stay in positive. I don't want you to compare all of these scores, because some of these guys who have a very big score in minus, they have been taking big hits and giving big hits, so it is bound to happen that they will be running in negative. However, some of the players have had some lag or a glitch, due to which they went a bit in negative unwantedly, or some technical issue, but can't help it. It happens. Your internet may be in a bad condition, or maybe you're traveling, or maybe you just missed. You tried to do something and you missed by an inch and you took the damage, or maybe somebody port swapped, or somebody did a quick reinforce, so you lose points. But what you need to do is, you need to make sure that you try to maintain the score ratio, because at the end it is not just you who's playing the SVS, it is even your server guys that are going to be scoring. So if you see the positive to negative, it is I'm not going to read the last 6 digits, only going to read the first 3 digits. So minus 290 in the positive, whereas in the negative it is 131. So that means I have stayed in positive. I have kept my server in bonus, because at the end what the server counts is the positive to the negative ratio, or how many points you have taken against how many points you have lost, or how many points the enemy has taken. Based on that, it's decided which team wins or which server wins. So that was the basics I showed you. And the most important thing is practice. You can't just wake up tomorrow in the morning, watch this video and get pumped up to brings the Aries wing onto your K25, K26, K27. I'm sure you can try the same thing with the K25. One of my friends have achieved it on a K25. I myself have a person who I was playing with for a good time achieved it on another K27. So we can do that. I'm quite confident. I have done it on a K26, and I'm confident even you can give it a try. But what you need is thorough practice. Without practice, you cannot do it. Without support of your team members, you cannot think about it. And you need to have a lot of teleporters. Trust me, I used up 200 teleports. I used up thousands and thousands of gems for server teleport. So it was a very expensive thing. The account had never coined. This person had never coined. So I coined around $40 to get the source of life, the teleports and resources and everything, speed ups and all. So guys, with this I conclude the video. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. Please give me your feedback and comments. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video to motivate others. This is Max signing out, and I'll see you next time.